Episode 75. 3/4 of the way.
Man.
75 episodes, bro.
I feel like this went by pretty fast.
Well, you know, that's like give or take 75, weeks?
Yeah.
Dang. It's 52 weeks in a year, bro.
Yeah, we've been at it.
It's like more than less now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
75 episodes. You here with T.E.P. Thank y'all for thugging it out with us for 75 episodes.
It's been a quick 75.
Yeah, man. Hey, let me get a couple hand claps. You know, 75 ain't really just like a marker number, but it's the number.
That's a lot of numbers, man. When you record once a week, that's 75 weeks.
Yeah. So all of y'all that's been here with us for all 75 of those weeks, thank you. If you just here, if you on week 2, we happy to have you too. So, T.E.P., Jew, Ed, how you doing, man?
Good, man. I'm good. Feeling a little bit more rested. We officially through with the busy season. So,
there you go. There you go.
Went from working those long 12, 11 and a half hour days to just regular days now.
Yeah.
Not as busy either.
Mm-hmm.
I had my first few days of nothingness. And I'm like, man, I haven't just done this in a while where I just kind of just there. Like, oh, man, I forgot. You can do nothing at work sometimes.
Right,
it's been so long.
Right.
But nah, it's been pretty good, man. Outside of that, man, it just, I'm sticking with my boxing. Because I go to the actual class where it's like a group class on Thursdays, but I do like individual training on Mondays. It's kind of nice to have that on a Monday because, like,
it's a good.
Yeah, you can never like not go work out or like it just helps set the tone for the week, and it make you feel like you deeper in the week than what you are. Because it definitely feel like Wednesday to me
today. Yeah, it do.
Definitely feel like a Wednesday, but yeah, man, it's been good. This was the first week because she told me it's like it's like how you watch film and anything else. It's like I can tell you, but like start recording
until you put them eyes on yourself.
Then you can see what you're doing. And man, I looked at myself. I said, everything she talked about, like it's so, like it's one thing when she say it, but like you seeing it, it's like like come on, man, like
why you did that?
I see what she mean when she say I'm be a little too high. I was like, I see everything now, man. So it's awesome though. I like having something that I'm working on, that I'm constantly refining. Like I think it's just the athlete in me. It's just like it's nice that I have something that challenges me physically and I'm like working on stuff and trying to get better and stuff. I like that part of it, the process. So I'm pretty deep in it. At this point, I think it's been about 4 months.
Really?
Yeah. So I've been going to the class, probably been training individually with her for about 2 months, give or take at this time. So it's been cool, man. That's pretty much the only thing, going on. I mean, we did have an eventful weekend.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Eventful weekend. I mean,
very eventful.
I mean, life has just been busy.
Yes. It doesn't stop.
How you doing today, man?
I'm doing actually pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Like you say, eventful weekend. Feeling good, feeling light. I still ain't really just went back into heavy eating. I ate heavy for the first time today. Had some pasta. Other than that, I just been doing like little fruit, vegetables. I ain't really had nothing fried like talking about. Okay. You know what I mean? So I've been like pretty clean. Pretty light.
Still continuing on your journey, trying to make it more of a lifestyle.
Yeah, make it more of a lifestyle, man.
So I like to hear, man.
Yeah, for sure. And it's taking refinement. You know what I mean? And I got to be careful. Like, I'm getting better at identifying the thoughts that turn into unhealthy actions. Example, today, I got that first little craving, like, man, like some Popeyes be good today. And I said to myself, why is Popeyes on my mind? It's a comfort food. You know what I'm saying? What about you? I say, Jew, what about you right now in this moment needs to be comforted? But you want to be hugged on? This fried chicken give you some type of well-being, some type of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like filtering those emotions and those thoughts and those attachments and those associations. Somebody called me the king of associations last week. I ain't gonna put a name out there, but She did. And if you hearing this, you know you are. Because I am, what's associated with that, why is that train of thought happening? And, just having those critical thoughts. I had two separate conversations about anxiety this past week with two different people.
Yeah.
Not connected at all. And each person, in those conversations, I was asking them, like, okay, like, when do you start to feel yourself like your anxiety levels rising? And they both asked me, they was like, well, do you know what anxiety is? I'm like, yes, I know what anxiety is. Like, come on, bro. I kind of got insulted. And I was like, but it's one of those things that's like everybody deal with it, just different degrees. You know what I'm saying? Different degrees. But I was interested to hear what their, like, signals are. Like, what's your signal for that? Like, I know what my signals are. And I also know that my anxiety doesn't go off the deep end like some people.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting to hear that because maybe the Popeye thought was a manifestation of anxiety. Like, can I really do this? Can I really not eat fried food? Which kind of had a reverse effect of me thinking of fried food. I know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's strange, but like, this what happens. You know what I mean? This what happens. And so little things like that is kind of what I've been dealing with throughout the week. Had a very good weekend. If you're watching the visual, I got my Kendrick Lamar merch.
Man,
I got my Big Stepper shirt on. I just want to show y'all. I did go to the Kendrick concert. It was amazing. Now, okay. It was amazing. But I also got to set the stage and say that I haven't really seen like no big musical act like in a long time, since like J. Cole. And that was like Born Sinner J. Cole. So it's like he was up there, but he wasn't like, you know like what I mean?
He is now.
Not what he is now. So, and it's different when you're watching those talents. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can go watch Lil Kid, you know what I mean? But it's just gonna be Lil Key, you know what I'm saying? Or Denzel Curry or something like that.
R.I.P. Key. Talk to him.
or Denzel Curry or something like that. One of those type of artists, like niche. You know what I mean? This was amazing, man. Like it was a moment in the concert when I was just like, and I know this is right because I felt this way when I was listening to the music. I was like, bro, I'm watching one of the greatest rappers of all time. Like it's just like. It's just undeniable in person. Yeah. Remember when I tell you about that the NBA game I went to, Mavericks game I went to when they played the Suns, and I was saying how like Chris Paul got that little step back elbow shot that you wonder like why people can't stop that, and then you see it in person and you realize why people can't stop that. Same thing with this. It's like you wonder why people love Kendrick so much and he resonates so much, and you start to think like, okay, maybe he's a little preachy, you know what I'm saying? But you listen to it in person, like, no, he really give it his all. Like,
yeah.
And one thing I did appreciate, like, you can tell in the choreography of him with his background dancers in the light show and the different props. I didn't even know Kendrick knew how to play the piano, but there was a piano on stage and he started playing it. And I was just like, okay. Yeah, I said that. I said, that's how I looked. I was like, okay. But it was so nice to see somebody care about the viewing experience of the audience that much.
Yeah.
So, because I did go with a friend, and on the way back we was talking, and I was like, bro, Kendrick could have just as easily just stood in the middle of the stage like most rappers do. You know what I'm saying? Just rapped his stuff with his hands in the air.
Yeah.
He worked the stage. He got to a little choreography. You know what I'm saying? Did some steps. Played the piano. Stage lifted. Came back down. He jumping around. Brought Keem out. They did their little thing. And I was just like, man, like he really put on the show. So
I like that when people actually pride themselves on their live performance.
Yeah, like showmanship.
Because I know you go to some rappers' concerts, man, they might just have a bunch of dudes on stage and he just standing there rapping.
Yeah.
With the track playing behind them, so you really hear that more than him.
Yeah. It was that. This dude was here and at the light shows and stuff like that. All in all, I'm glad I went.
Man.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if I'm gonna let that one go or if I need to try to make it to one.
Man, count me out, bro. What was different, bro? That's my favorite song off the album. For those who listening, like, and that count me out. I was like, man, like,
wait, that's not the one when he arguing with the woman, is it?
No. That's We Cry Together.
He performed that.
I didn't hear it. I don't think he did.
I was gonna say that's kind of
to play that in a stadium.
Yeah, man, that's.
But you know what I'm saying? He's that type of guy. He'll do it.
Yeah, I'm about to say he might have did it in a artsy, tasteful way too.
But we did miss like the first 3 songs. Like I say, we was pretty late. We walked in on Purple Hearts.
Oh my goodness,
bro! Just think about that. Like that was such a. You know, it's funny. We walked in and you heard like the, when it come on, we was like, oh, it's loud. So we started running. I was like, man, because that's one of her favorite songs. Like, hey, man, just run out there and go watch it. Like, I'm going to go find the seat or whatever. And even when we went out there to watch a little bit, like, the security guard was singing and he didn't even know that we was there, And, but, yeah, we ended up finding our seats and we had a good time. But, yeah, that was nice for me, man. That's one of my favorite rappers, so it was good to see him in person. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Boys just buy tickets and tell you after.
But I thought everybody was paying attention to that date like I was. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dang. Man. Okay. I just gotta announce it now. I'm just gonna announce every concert ticket I buy.
Like, hey, I'm about to buy this because I would have been like, oh, we ain't gonna get that. Yeah, because we can sit near each other.
Yeah.
Because that'd be the thing at those concerts when they be at the arenas. It ain't like a general admission place where it's like people can buy their tickets
and move around
because it's just literally general admission. But that's when you actually got assigned seats. Yeah, that's when you want a little coordination.
Yeah.
And I ain't think about it till you said that after. You was like, oh, I already got my ticket. I was like, well, dang, okay.
My bad, bro. I thought we was all, I don't know.
I really wanted to go too. I really liked that album. And then I seen the set list and then I was like,
Yeah.
So I was like, I like all that.
But then I was thinking, I was just like, Keem must have didn't do a lot of songs. Because we got there like 9:30.
But the concert started at 7, huh?
Yeah, but I didn't know that Kendrick gonna come on so early.
I'm about to say, it might have started on time. Some artists actually start on time.
Yeah, he apparently
I would imagine he would start pretty close to on time.
And you know what? When you got an extensive catalog and a new album, you probably is gonna start on time because you trying to give everybody a little bit of like. Cause think about it, somebody like Kendrick, like of course we want to hear that, but some people still want to get Money Trees in there. You still want to get Backseat Freestyle in there. So like,
I would say it was a person that a catalog like that is gonna always be something that you wanted to hear that you didn't hear. But that was the thing about the set list. I was like, no, that's everything I want to hear. Yeah. I said, I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna make something happen, man.
Hey, man, we can catch a flight. Bro.
I seriously might have to, cause man,
I'll watch it again because I missed the first. I don't know how it started because I missed the beginning of the concert. So
I'm about to say, I'll be getting there.
Yeah. And I ain't got to worry about merch this time. So
yeah.
And I thought all this stuff was gonna be sold out, but no, it was there. I
actually had enough stuff, and then the tour, they at the beginning of the tour, so
it is the beginning of the tour.
They got plenty.
Yeah, that's true. You right. I wouldn't think about that, but no, man. Weekend was good. This was also a birthday weekend for one of my good friends. So we went to a steakhouse, ate Perry's. If you're familiar.
You didn't get the pork chop, man.
I didn't, man. I wasn't ready for pork. I'm sorry. I wasn't ready. At that point, I wasn't ready for pork. I don't even know. I'm still not ready for pork.
And it was a lot, too.
And I know. Bro, I read this. You said 3 separate parts. That mug said 3 separate parts.
I heard you.
And I was like, bro, I said, that's a lot of food. I ain't even eat what I got. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say, you easing back into it. That probably ain't the best thing to ease back into.
Yeah. But it was nice, though. I mean, like, how do you feel about upscale restaurants anyway?
They're cool.
Do they be worth it?
I think my thing is when I go to those type of places, I normally don't go by myself. So I feel like it's more expensive for me to go. You know what I'm saying? Like if I only had to pay for me when I normally go to those places, spend 50, 60, 70, 80, but I don't know. But I think that's why it becomes something I don't do as often because I normally got a +1 with me and I'm paying for that. But I like them. It's not something like that ain't my lifestyle of doing every day, but I like doing it every now and again. Like I hadn't been to a steakhouse really since my birthday in January. So I kind of space it out like that. Yeah. That ain't something I do too often, maybe 2-3 times a year.
You know, it's funny, kind of think about it, that's the last time I went was for your birthday.
Yeah, I'm a 2 to 3 times a year where I go to like a steakhouse like that.
Because I was just about to say, like, when I get invited to those type of things, I'm always like, yeah, sure, I'll go. Like, I ain't been there. Like, I ain't been to a nice restaurant in a long time. So
yeah, that ain't my day-to-day motion, but I enjoy it.
I didn't get dressed up.
Yeah, see, that's the part I like. I just make it an experience. Put a little something on, too, because I don't do it.
It was very dimly lit in there, and, like, we was in the one downtown. So it had, like, of course, the big, tall windows, and it was surrounded by downtown, and it was kind of like, it's actually a very nice time that we got there. So we got there around dusk. So we got to see like it kind of fade from like that to the night time.
It's really dark in that one too.
It's really dark in there. It's really the second floor.
Yeah.
It was
almost like
too dark. Yeah. I like, man, we kind of eating in the dark. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but no, it turned out pretty good. And I had a good time there with some friends and stuff like that. And of course, it was a farewell weekend too.
Yeah, it was a farewell.
It was a farewell weekend. End of an era.
Yeah.
I was about to say, but my cousin Nathan, you know what I'm saying? He's moving on to bigger, better thing. Give him some claps. He gonna find us one day when he going through the episodes. Good luck out there in Chicago, man. I was talking to him yesterday, man, and you know, I be happy for people when they try something new. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. She's like, man, he was just like, bro, who would have thought? I said, man, yeah, who would have thought?
Yeah,
who would have thought? Like Chicago, man.
That's awesome. I like, yeah, that's the life about, man. You know, when you yeah, man, I lived in for a little bit too. Yeah. Really? Yeah, I was out there. Yeah. Sometimes you just experiment, try stuff, man. It's okay.
You know what he was telling me, the question he got a lot, and I know I'm ranting now, but we here. He was saying that a lot of people was asking him, like, when are you coming back? Like, when are you gonna come back? And he was like, well, dang, I got to get there first. Like, I got to live there first. And I looked at it and I was like, bro, that's such a selfish question. When are you coming back? That's a selfish question. That's like basically you asking, when can I have access to you again? Like, if you told me you was moving to Seattle, and the first day I was like, dang, okay, so when you gonna move back? You gonna be like, well, dang.
Oh, they're asking like that? When you coming back? Oh, I thought they meant like when you gonna come visit again.
And either or, like, we come back when you feel like it. Like,
oh yeah, I don't know. I'm like you. I gotta get settled and established, find my way, get my little groove.
Yeah, man. Like,
I would imagine the holidays, probably.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Holidays would make sense if I just had to say when I be back.
And I was just like, man, that's crazy, you know. So, but you know, man, yeah, good luck to him. So it was a farewell weekend too. So it was just funny, man. Just a lot of overlap of.
Yeah, different things happening.
And we had a pool party going on. That wasn't really even my party, but
yeah, that was for graduation.
That was for graduation.
That's why I was saying, sometimes when I just really get lost in thought and thinking on a macro level, I'm like, everything happening all at once. Yeah, like somebody graduated, somebody got broke up with, somebody got in a relationship, somebody had a baby. Yeah. Somebody passed away. Yeah, it's like all aspects of life are happening at the same time. It's kind of crazy to think about.
Is that a theory? I feel like that has a name. That's probably some type of theory.
Yeah, but it's true though, because everything is happening at once.
It is, and you kind of just got
somebody was really just born today.
Yeah, and died. Yeah,
so.
And you know what's funny? You kind of have to just accept it. You know what I mean?
And that's all you can do.
And I had you kind of think about it, was a wide range of emotions for me then this weekend. I went from being happy for my homeboy birthday, happy for my homegirl graduation, moved by the concert, you know, and kind of, I wasn't sad that my cousin was leaving, but I was also just like, man, that's just the closing of a chapter. Like, even though it's not my chapter that's closed, I'm just witnessing it. And like, when I was watching him, like in his apartment, it's like his last day yesterday, and it's empty, and it's emptying out, and you see everything packed up. And I was just like, man, like, it's the end of a chapter for him, like a real life chapter. Like, I wasn't sad, but I was emotional because I was like, bro, I know that feeling, like when you know you about to step into something new. Yeah, like life as you understand it now is going to shift, you know. And it was fun to witness, man. I'm glad to see it because I usually that'd be me. Yeah, and, you know what I'm saying, but. I was happy to see that. On top of that, I was pretty much drunk the whole weekend too. So you put all that on top of that, it was a wide range. Yeah. But yeah, so which made my Monday pretty serene because I ain't talking to nobody. Yeah. Even I got to recharge, you know.
Yeah, so that's a hard weekend of social.
Yeah,
being social.
New people, old people, babies, you know, baby mamas, stuff like that. But anyways, I was going to ask you a question because this weekend I was observing a lot of things and had a lot of conversations. I was telling you off mic that like a big thing that had been on my mind is identity. Mm-hmm. And I know I sent you a video recently of a guy kind of explaining it. I guess we'll put the link in the description, but you know, I'm not citing too much of it. Yeah. But it made me wonder, like, how do I present myself to the public eye? And do I do that intentionally? Mm-hmm. And if I don't, how can I be more aware of when I do that? So I want to ask you this question, and maybe we could just bounce it off each other. I got some things here. I just start with just a bare minimum question, like, how do you even describe identity for you as Ed? Like, how does even identity come across your mind when you think about it? Like,
I don't know. I think the first thing I think is I'm a black man.
Okay, hey, that's foundational.
Yeah, I think that's the root of my identity and what it's structured on is me being a black man in America. Because I mean, say that in itself come with so many nuances and stuff, you know. Mm-hmm. It's like from there, it's like because it's like you want to appear strong and confident, but not intimidating. Yeah. So you kind of got to be pretty conscious of your tone for people not to get intimidated. Even if you're not
threatening.
Yeah, you might just be talking passionately, but somebody else might get scared or something or timid. It's like I'm always like on like I don't know. So when I think of identity, I think that's the first thing that always come to my mind is that I think so, but like I don't know how I identify myself. That's like the main thing for me. Then I think I'm like a because when you say identity, do you mean like my perception of myself?
Okay.
Or do you mean like just how like if I just was to outside looking in, how do I think I appear to people? That's a question. Which one?
Well, it's kind of, I don't want to be weird and say both, but it is kind of like both.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think how I am, and I've always been this way, if I know what I'm talking about, it's confidence.
Okay.
But if I don't know what I'm talking about, I cannot BS it. Like you will know. And I don't try to act like if it's something I don't know, I will humbly just say I'm not educated enough to speak on that matter. Yeah, like I don't know. Like I'm not gonna just pull some stuff out of thin air just for the sake of saying something.
Or looking a certain way.
Yeah, so that's why I'd always be like, it depends on what element you see me in and what we talking about.
Yeah,
because if it's something that I don't know nothing about, I might just appear to be kind of like not on the brighter side. But if we talking about something that I'm, pretty knowledgeable on and well rounded on, I can give you some, great perspectives and insight. You might, okay, he know a little bit. So it just depends. I think I know more about stuff than not. It's like very focused stuff that anything science related, don't ask me. I don't know.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Like the subject matter.
Yeah.
But I guess everybody like that where they might be. But some people can like, even if they don't know what they talking about, they'll talk through it. Then they'll be like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah.
But see, I've never been that guy. Because I've seen people that say a whole lot of nothing, but they said it in a confident manner. So people act like they were saying something profound.
Yeah, when they really was just
but I don't know. Like I've always wondered, and like I don't really get too caught up in public perception because that can spin you down a spiral. So I never really asked anybody if I ever just came off as confident. I think like I say, I'm sure of who I am, and I'm comfortable.
Who are you?
Like I say, I am Edward.
Mm-hmm.
I am me. Like I say, I'm a black man. I make an honest living. I'm an honest guy.
Mm-hmm.
Man of my word, and integrity. Like so, like I like to think I'm a just a pretty solid stand up guy. My natural instinct is to do right. I don't mean nobody no harm. You know what I'm saying? I respect myself and everybody around me. Like, hey man, like I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be the center of attention. I'm just trying to work my little move, get to where I'm going.
See, that's interesting. We say that you don't want to be seen, you don't want to be the center of attention for anybody. That's something that you actively try to do or not to do in a public space. Like, I'm not trying to be.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if I notice everybody looking at me, if I'm making a spectacle of myself, I calm down, pardon self. There's been times everybody heard that. My fault. Well, everybody seen that. Pardon me.
Yeah, no. You're right.
But yeah, like I said, just more. Like I said, I'm just laid back. I'd rather be in the background. Yeah. I don't have the desire to be the center of attention. Like,
yeah, I ain't gonna be yelling, screaming.
Yeah, I don't. When I be in the space, I don't even want you to know I'm in it unless you see me. And it's just like then I'm a.
Yeah.
Maybe a little small talk is all up, but I'm kind of just to my little self with my people, whoever I'm with, I'm chilling. I ain't trying to necessarily work the room. If I know you, like I said, I'm respectful. So hey, what's up? You doing good? But I don't know. I think that's me though. Like I say, I myself, like I know I'm not no super duper social person. Like it's just not me. Like I mean, I'm not going. I'm. Got manners and I'm cool. I'm not awkward. So hey, what's up? But
so you are gonna present yourself as respectful. Yeah.
So I think that's the big thing for me, man. Like I say, I ain't trying to act like I'm big and bad and nothing like that stuff. So if I know you, hey, what's up? You doing good? Like, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
what's up? Little dap. Even if sometimes it be. You might know 3 out the 6, but
hey.
Dap everybody up. Hey,
what's going on?
What's good with you, bro? Good.
How you doing?
So I guess I just real respectful, man. I especially when it come to like minorities and people that look like me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it really is love. I don't gotta know you. Like black man too.
Baby,
we got similar experiences. We go through
I know what you're going through.
Bro, I ain't gonna be all stiff and tense just because I don't know you. It's like, nah, you black too. I know what you go through.
I know how to go.
Yeah,
I know for me, right? So identity is an interesting thing because I got to compartmentalize this whole thing because it's like there's like traits of your identity that you choose. And there's traits of your identity that you don't have no say so.
That's true.
Like we couldn't pick to be black, but you can choose to be a respectful dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't choose to be 6'1", 6'2", however tall you were. That's just in your genetic. But you can, decide to be a nice guy or, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. So I always... And I think a lot of the internal conflict for a lot of people was what they're choosing to be and what's given to them to be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If that's making sense so far. Like myself. And sometimes what you choose to be is a result of who you just are. Like, okay, I'm 5'11". I'm going to say 5'11". Okay? Maybe that's just how I want to present. Okay? Like my boy Westside good say. I just wear my Balenciagas, so I be 6 feet, okay? But anyway. Okay, I'm 5'10", 5'11". That's just who I am. But I don't feel slighted as a man. I mean, that's pretty much the average height for men, but like
it is.
It's the exact average. But anyway, I don't feel threatened when I'm around straight 6'3" dudes. Like I don't feel like, dang, I'm the shortest dude here. Let me do something to puff my chest up and let people know I ain't playing.
Yeah.
No, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I'm going to do. And some people fall victim to them things, and that's an amalgamation of a lot of things. But I gave that example to say that how I identify, I think the things that make my identity, the majority of what makes my identity is what I choose to be. Because I believe in autonomy as a human being.
Yeah, me too.
You know, some people believe in like predestination, like you're just going to be, like it's already set out for you to be whoever, you know what I'm saying? I believe that like, and even me believing in this, I guess is a part of my identity because I believe in like autonomous thought, you know what I mean? Like, like you are the leader of your soul and you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So these things about myself, I was able to just thoroughly decide on being that person. Like I'm the like opposite of you. Like everybody know this. Like I am going to work a room when I go in there, but it's not to be the center of attention. It's to know, let everybody know that hey, I'm here. Like when somebody walk in this room, be like, hey, who is that dude? They be like, oh, that's Julius. I just met him. He's 29-year-old dude, works for a solar company. Pretty guy. He, you know, pretty good dude. I want that. Like I want to be revered as such.
Okay.
Is that conceited?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. You know, because some people are like, oh, you wait, you. Some people will read that as just like, oh, well, you just got to be seen, or you just got to be heard.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be heard. Like, I don't have to be in the limelight, but like, I want people to know who I am.
But
like,
you enjoy connecting with people.
Yeah, I do. Which is another part of my identity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, for me, that don't really move me one way or the other. I don't dislike it, but it don't like.
Well, okay. When you say you don't dislike it, what do you mean? Because I think sometimes you misread this about me. Like, I don't need, like, I want to connect with you, but you don't have to like me.
That's a difference.
Like, even if we make a connection and you say you hate the Lakers and I say I love the Lakers, and I say, well, you dumb for not liking the Lakers, and you say, well, you dumb for liking the Lakers.
That's a wild conversation, but yeah.
But there's a connection.
Yeah.
And I walk away there like, okay, I was about to curse, but that dude don't like the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even like the Lakers. I'm a Suns fan. But anyway, even if that's what our connection is, I still enjoy that. Like, so I think people on your side of things can misread people on my side of things that just say, oh, well, he like to be liked. No, I don't have to be liked. But you need to know my stance on anything so you don't misread me at all.
Okay.
So if the guy come in the door like, everybody that like the Lakers, I'm giving them $200, and that dude put his hand up, I'm like, hey, you don't like the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just talked about this. Like, I don't want to be misread, you know what I'm saying? That's why I like the connection of.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to explain it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was you saying?
But no, I was thinking about being misread because sometimes that's just up to a person's interpretation and perception of you. And
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like that can be a never ending thing.
About what?
Like if you don't want to be misread by some people, because some people understanding and perception just gonna be different.
Yeah.
Some might even say wrong.
Yeah, no, for real.
You know, of who you truly are. So
yeah. Some people.
So that's why I was like, man, you can be like, nah, I'm not a bad guy. Not saying you want to be liked, but they trying to say something that you not.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and some people get really moved by that.
Yeah, because I was like, because I you know, it'd be certain things a person can say about like my character and stuff, and that's where I feel like I gotta like kind of step in. Sometimes it used to be.
There you go.
But now I'm at the point too where it's like, if I did you nothing wrong and your just perception is bad or just different, but like I say, I'm sure of who I am.
Yeah, it don't.
I'm not trying to prove nothing to you because sometimes people just their perception is just gonna be off.
Yeah, it is.
It ain't. But if you truly know who you are, and believe that, and you know it's backed by action, then I can't get too worked up in that or too tied into that.
I can't walk away from a situation like that until I can speak my piece.
Yeah.
Some people might say that's naive. Some people might say that's bullheaded, but like that's like for me though. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be okay. Like last week, you had a whole tangent about how you went off on your landlord, property manager, for trying to tax you on your rent. Like if you just didn't say nothing, it wouldn't sit right with you.
I'm about to say I've been having a moment.
You know what I'm saying? Well, that's the most recent example we got on this pod.
Mm-hmm.
So like in those situations, like yes, I just gotta say something because if I don't try, then I'm not being in line with who I think my identity is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I identify as somebody that's not just gonna be taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm about to say too. Sometimes I know we kind of talked about it on the podcast. Sometimes it's like because of who you are, you want to help somebody. So even if you see them doing something that's wrong, and you know not wrong, but you don't think that's the most advantageous thing. Yeah. And it's like, well, I can't even speak my piece because I can't just sit on this knowing that you doing it. Now, if I tell you and you still choose to do that, hey, like you say, autonomy. Everybody got the right to make their own decision. But I would just feel terrible if I seen you do something that just seemed like you were setting yourself up for failure. Yeah. And I knew. Yeah. And then too, that's kind of a triggering thing for me too, because I know like in the past, like people be like, yeah, bro, you was tripping. Why you didn't tell me? Like, I think that's like, you know.
Yeah. You do that.
So it's like, tell me in real time. Don't tell me after the fact where I can't do anything about it. But yeah, I think like you said, that kind of all go into identity and stuff. And like, because I think like too, like, I think like how I identify myself is I care.
That's a great.
Externally looking in, I might just come off extremely nonchalant and like I don't seem to care about anything. But I think for me, it's like one, I'm just laid back and calm and stoic, and two, it's like, to be frank with you, some stuff is just not that I don't care about, to be honest. So it's like
it ain't working.
But like I say, that goes into like perception, because it's like if you asking me about should we do tulips or lilies? I don't care. So you might just get that perception of me as a whole. Is like, I just don't care. But I think that's the interesting thing about just your identity, because everybody is multifaceted. So like
it changes.
You might be one way concerning one thing, and then another way concerning other things.
Yeah, ain't that crazy? It's like, dang, like you asked me about flowers, and I don't care about flowers. But you could ask me about this other thing, and I would have had a full blown conversation with you. Yeah. I
might say, and that'll be the thing too, because I can say like, depending on the environment I'm in, that might change. Because if I'm with some of our friends that's more introverted, I was like, well, shoot, if we got some introverted friends, so I was like, well, heck, if
nobody's saying nothing,
these are the people I'm with, then I gotta turn on my switch and be extroverted, because they not. So
you're right. Right.
I guess but I don't know. Identity is interesting in knowing like just who you are.
Well, I'm glad that we started the way we did. This is on Google, but this kind of goes into like what the foundation I was trying to set with what I was saying about. You know, it's a combination of things you can choose and not choose, right? Mm-hmm. It says personality traits, abilities, likes and dislikes, your belief system or moral code, and the things that motivate you. These all contribute to self-image or your unique identity as a person. Mm-hmm. That's interesting to me. You know what I mean? Especially when it says self-image or identity. Because are those mutually exclusive? Or it's like self-image what you construct of yourself.
That's how you see yourself.
And identity is just what you are, huh?
Yeah. Or how like you're identified, like externally, how people see you.
Okay.
I guess.
No, I mean, stuff like that makes me think, you know, like, because I have a pretty intact self-image, and I think my identity is unique. I think both of those things I'm in agreement of. You know what I mean? Like, and I've had things to validate those things for myself. Like it says right here, like abilities. Like I used to identify as an athlete. I mean, I wasn't just like D1 athlete, but like I engaged in athletic events. Like I played sports. Like you can't say that I'm not an athlete. Like by definition, I am. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do I have all the athletic qualities in my self-image? No. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, in my identity, in my toolbox? No. You know, and I think That's where a lot of people struggle, and we know this, especially a lot of us men, black men. We struggle with who we are and who we want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What we really are. And I think it's that...
especially like you was just saying, like if you start off and your identity is tied to like, say you're an athlete, big time football star, and that's
who you
your identity. But after high school, you didn't get no offer, so now you just
working man.
So now you're trying to like understand, like, you know, who am I? Because my identity was always tied to me being a football player and all the little, you know, whatever attributes and stuff that come to that.
And I think that goes into the second question I had written down was like, how do you present, you know, yourself, or how do you think that you present yourself in a public space or to people in general?
That's a good question. I think I present myself
go ahead, my bad. I'm sorry.
I think I think I present myself calm,
for sure,
respectful,
for sure, at times.
For the most part. Come on, man.
Yeah, no.
For the most part. And just kind of to myself. You know, I'm like one of those people, like, I might say hello, but I'm not going to bother you too much. You know, I'm kind of just on my own little world. I kind of just to myself a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how else I would say I would present myself. Like I say, I think I present myself like a man is just comfortable with himself.
I was just about to say that it got to make that easier for you to do when your identity is intact. Like you know that you're a calm dude, and you're reserved to yourself. So like when you do present, like it's easy for you to do it because like I know I'm this way. Like I'm not gonna try to put people all in my business when I don't like people all in my business. That type of thing. That got to be easy.
Yeah,
for you.
I was like I said, I'm me. So
yeah. Well, you know, like I know I have a little bit more of an ego than you, so I do like to present myself as confident is like.
Put together too, because I ain't gonna never be out looking sloppy.
Yeah,
like I didn't know I was gonna be somewhere. Like I'm gonna look aesthetically put together.
There we go. Hey, that's a good way to say that he be putting it on. You know, that's okay.
You know,
it's okay. It's okay. You like to, people like to look nice, man. You know, me personally, I do like to present myself. Like, I do have attributes about myself that I put on the forefront when I'm meeting people. I'm not ashamed to say that. Like, I'm not ashamed to say that I like to be regarded as a well-spoken guy.
Okay.
Even with the slang and even with the colloquialisms that like we use in black lexicon, you know what I mean? I'm still going to like construct words together and talk as clear as I can. Because I know I got an accent, but as clear as I can. Well, people are like, oh man, that's a well-spoken, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. Like, I like to speak well. I know that I'm a well-spoken guy because I'm a well-read guy. I'm a well-written guy. You know what I mean? hey, I'm just saying, like, these are the things that I like. That's a part of my identity.
Yeah.
So, like, those are the things I like to present. And some people might say, well, yeah, I mean, those are very palatable things, you know. That don't really rub. Nobody could be mad. Well, I was about to say, nobody gonna be mad at you for being well spoken, but there are people that do. Like, he just think he's smart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, okay, then that's more about them than. But those are attributes that I present myself. So when I do, like, when we are going to a place, like, I don't mind talking to the bouncer. How much you say it is? Like I like to let you know that, hey, man, we here, but like we ain't just like you said, we ain't just raggedy. Like, we well put together people. You know what I'm saying? I like to present that about myself, and those are the attributes that I feel like most closely resonate with the person that I am, and I guess I aim to be.
Okay.
So those are the things that I work on within my sense of self. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you could say those are things I take pride in, which is another way of saying it. I don't know. I just think it's important. I think that, like, growing up, was this something that you discovered about yourself that may have been something that you thought was a part of your identity but that you found out like, oh, I don't really like that. Like I don't want that to be a part of what I am. I know that was confusing, but like,
no, I get what you're saying. I was just really thinking of something that I discovered that I don't really like. I think maybe at one point in my life was very like public information to the world.
Yeah.
And I don't think I didn't like that. So like I think that was like one of the things I consciously did, where I wanted to be like more under the radar rather than like literally everybody know your business and just keep hearing. Well, I heard about you. And it be true, like, cause how did you know that?
Yeah. Who told you that?
Like, I don't like when my life is just like
on display.
Yeah, like not like that, like it was. Like it was just an open book where
anybody can walk up to you,
just know everything about me. Yeah. So I think that was one of the things where it's like I think I'd rather be like more of a private person when it comes to certain things. Even though I get on a podcast and talk once a week, but it's a difference,
Yeah, it's
like when it comes to like personal stuff.
Yeah, it's a difference.
But yeah, I think that's the one thing I can think about where I realized I was like, oh,
that ain't
this is my life, kind of a part of my identity, but I don't really like this. I don't like.
I think those are like processes of elimination. Well, it's a process of elimination that we all use.
Yeah, and
like you said, like we humans and we not monolithic. So like something that was there 9 years ago might not be there now. Like, or maybe it doesn't have a need to be there anymore. And I think that's the beauty of life, and living. To be honest, like even on this episode, we spoke about people's birthdays, people leaving, closing chapters and stuff like that, and you boxing. Like boxing wasn't a part of your identity a year ago. 2 years ago. Like, I don't remember that. You know what I'm saying? But here you are, know?
It's a big part of my life. Man.
Big part of your life. And I don't know. I just think that, there's been like a big rush of like identity, especially in today's society. Like when things are ever changing and things are being redefined.
Yeah.
What makes a person this?
And then I think too, like, during the pandemic when we were in lockdown and a lot of people just had time to sit with themselves for the first time.
And you start to realize
somebody looked at themselves, who am I? Yeah. Somebody asked themselves that.
Hey, sometimes that's the scariest question.
Yeah.
Who am I? Who are you?
Yeah, I don't say it's like some self
epiphanies.
Yeah,
resolutions
had to go. Some intrinsic stuff that had to go on. You had to figure some stuff out about yourself. It's like, well, dang, if I can't do this anymore, like, like that was.
How am I supposed to?
Yeah, it was so tied to me. Like, but now I can't do that. Who am I now? What are my other interests? What are my other like? If I can't,
you can't be that person anymore.
Yeah, like. Does that like just make me solely who I am? Is there more? Like, so. I don't know. I think it's interesting when you talk about identity and like again, like how you see yourself compared to probably like how it actually comes off. And this is an existential question or a theoretical question. Well, question rooted in like theory. It's like what happens when the person you are is not the person you want to be. Yeah.
And then that leads us down that long road. It's like, are there things that are just genetically wired, or do you get to choose everything you be? Yeah. You know what I mean? And people struggle with that, and
because I think, like I said, I think it's just when it comes to identity. Because I think I'm a man that has stuff to say that I want to say, but like I say, outside looking in, it might just seem like a quiet guy that don't talk much. But it's like I do talk, but it's like. I talk about stuff I, care about and that I think is important. So, like, if it's just like I like to laugh and stuff and have lighthearted conversations. But if it's just all that, like, I just don't really that interest me that much. Like I say, so I'm like I say, it's all about like like identity, and it's like internal identity compared to like maybe external.
That's probably a good
other
way
people see you too.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to classify it too.
Yeah,
because there are some things that just like intrinsically, a part of you. And there's just something that's just brought about to you, like it says personality traits and belief systems. Like those are things that are like instilled in you by external forces, whether it be parents, culture, music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Community, friends, you know. Those are those type of things that like, I mean, yes, you don't really get to choose the family you in, but you choose what to keep and what to hold dear to you, and you place value. You know,
I'm about saying how much you want that to be your identity.
Yeah. Like, you know, because there's a lot of people like, well, I grew up this way, but I don't really live that way. You know, yeah, that's true. Yeah, man.
That's just the incredible thing about life. Man. Go get you a song.
And you know, just put a bow on it, man. I think about this stuff a lot because I know there's so many structures in our society that is so discriminatory and marginalized, or things that are just rooted in like a confliction of identity with people. You know what I mean? Whether it be your, you know, sexual orientation or your religion or your thoughts, or you know what I'm saying, or your area of study, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of those things harken back to this at the core of it, and it gets manifested in some healthy ways and in some not so healthy ways that can be problematic, which we've all seen, you know, in recent months. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like, you know, which is why I think that it's so healthy for people to, and especially like men, our black men in our community, to talk like this with each other, like, man, this thing seems to be a part of me, but I don't know if I like it. You know what I mean? Or I don't know if I accept that. Like, and you got to dive into that. You know, you like, and man, I just encourage everybody to have those conversations. That's why I like having this topic every now and then, because it's like a check in too. Like 2 months ago, I'm like, man, dang, I had this about myself, but I don't think I'm really rocking with that. I think I was just in a phase or something like that. But yeah, that's all I had.
I think that wrapped it up perfectly.
Yeah, man.
You know, this has been episode 75. We all the way at 75, man.
Well, 25 more episodes, we'll be at 100.
75 is crazy to think about, though. Like, I felt like I remember 1, 2, 3, 10, 13. I don't remember the 30s. 40s. I think I remember the 50s, and then the 60s kind of just flew by.
Or sometimes I go through and look at the title, I'm like, dang, that was episode 30?
Yeah. I'm about to say, I definitely at this point have forgotten some of the stuff we talked about in 75 episodes. But it can be like a recall, but it won't feel like we've made it that far. But yeah, man, this has been episode 75.
You know, we talk about consistency, and this is it, man.
The Transferable Experience podcast. Remember to do all the things on all the things.